Okay, I am about to be doing a little AOD kill here. I'm just going to give a little bit of tips and pointers for DPS and AOD, as well as a general overview of the mechanics of the kill. It's pretty simple. You want to go with 7-man or less for the best loot. 7-man is the best loot chance because you get 7 drops that way. 7 chances, and you don't get reduced drop chance from having too many people in the kill. Which you do if you use too many people. In on. So my mic is muted for this kill in the Discord call. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear everybody else, but if you can, it should be funny. So I'll just leave it in if you can. So more or less, there's a couple major things. One is you want to make sure to neutralize the reavers. The best thing for that is an aggression potion. And that'll stop the reavers from hitting next. If they do hit next, they'll hit you really hard and they'll do a lot of damage. And they will also increase nexus and rage. It's good to adrenaline stall before you start. We put a dummy out and all of us hopped in here. So we'll be stalling adrenaline and posting up in here for a minute. Another thing is, after the reavers, the next mechanic will be shadow bombs falling, or shadow. Okay. We just got accidentally sabotaged. Somebody started the kill before everybody was in. Anyway. So the first thing that happens is you do a little bit of DPS. After the reavers, there'll be blood falls where little blood things land underneath you. And you have to move or they'll stay they'll stay put too. They'll stay there and they'll continue doing damage over time as long as you stay on them. So you got to move away from the shadows that fall, and they will fall right on you. So you basically just keep moving. After that, you should phase it before another round of reavers. After you phase it, it'll bring out 4 crystals, one on the corner of each quadrant. And when those come out, you always kill the crystals, otherwise the minions will spawn with twice the HP. You always kill the minions in the order Umbra, Glacies, Koror, Fumus, in that order. And that will...
So it can eat all that food without it dropping his...
Then you start with Shadow, then you go to Ice, Shadow Southeast, Ice Northeast,
we'll do corner just to start with, and we'll see
then Blood first. Northwest, and then Shadow Smoke Southwest.
Yes.
So, without further ado, we're going to start the kill pretty quick here, and I'll give you more information as it happens.
It's a kickable offense.
And the mechanics change based on the phase, so I'll kind of tell you what's going to happen each phase.
Space, but not where I am.
The first phase is before the crystals. Before the crystals, there will be the shadow drops, and the shadow bombs and the reavers. And on the reavers, he'll face one quadrant, and that quadrant will not spawn a reaver, but he'll attack in it. Make sure you pray mage. It'll hit constant mage hits fairly hard. Well, not constant. It'll still sometimes miss, but it has very high accuracy. Whatever way it's facing is which way it's gonna attack. Make sure to drink your aggression potion before these dudes come out. before the reavers come out. The reavers are behind us. Get back in your sunshine as quickly as you can if you have to leave it. If you can, just stay in it. Do as much DPS as you possibly can. And wait for it to say another message above its head that will denote the blood falls happening.
Stacking shards, please stop.
When it says let the shadow engulf you, that's when the falls are going to start. Bust thresholds. As soon as it's over, as soon as next gets dragged back to center, you can onslaught.
Sexy. I'm gonna vote.
I recommend you bring a yak. Some people don't, but the mechanics here can screw you, regardless of.
Cap, cancel that or you die.
I know.
No, on the pillars.
Now when the pillars come out, you focus the pillars. You can build adrenaline on the reavers in the meantime, but main thing is you want to get these pillars out of here. Then back on next. Once the pillars are done, the minions will come out. You phase next, get it down to 1.8 million life points.
And you're gonna take a 3K once you spawn the next set of reaver.
So elements means reavers are coming. Just stay on in DPS. If you have your aggro pot, then the reavers will not go straight to next. That may be patched before long, but I'm not sure.
So now the minions?
Yeah, and then you, after 1.8 million life points, you get on minions.
Yeah. Kill order is Umbra.
Keep your life up if you can. No reason not to safe up here. Sometimes mechanics get bad. Also, in this part, he will do different mechanics. Fucking hell.
Whoever's got smoke, make sure you clear it.
Oops. I put the smoke on the wrong wall. You have to put it on the opposite wall if you get the message saying that you have smoke.
People with AoE stay on. Single targets on
Kuror is next. So yeah, you always do the minions in the order and avoid the mechanics in the meantime. There should be maybe a shadow thing or someone getting turned into ice coming very soon. Now we finish the last one, Fumus. Kill reavers.
Just kill. Yeah. Sexy, I don't have a dren. Someone come with me, please.
When these shadow fonts come out, everybody gets in the middle or everybody takes a massive hit. Well, if some people don't go in the middle and pop that by clicking the center,
watch out, guys.
then it'll do massive damage to everybody in the vicinity. Or everybody in the whole kill if nobody hits it. If you do hit it, it does 14k damage divided amongst however many people are within that little smoky area. So as long as you're nearby and not in an ult or whatever, always run to those to help your team reduce the damage they take. If you're DPS, if you're tank, don't. At least 2 people should be in it.
That's me, Sexy.
With 2 people you take 7k each, but that's fine. It helps other people stay DPSing. Smoke from the north, so you go to the east or west wall to clear the smoke.
Eric, if you're unsure about something, please ask.
Wait a second here, and then come back in.
Like this right here is a straight DPS, and that's a good smoke.
In which case you run into a corner.
Yeah, you run the
Try and use your ults, get your onslaughts off.
I'm iced.
Hope to God nobody gets ice and kills you while you onslaught.
Yes, sorry, I didn't know
These guys are
which one's
mostly
that.
pretty good, so I'm not too worried about them getting me killed necessarily. I'm just worried about dying from my own mistakes. Which is why I'm telling you these mechanics. If you get turned to ice, be ready to take a massive bleed and get away from everybody. use freedom and get away from everybody
That's sexy.
if you get the message saying that you're, or if your screen looks like it's frozen,
Get off,
you might see it.
Weapons frozen.
DPS the crystal.
Yes, baby.
If somebody gets frozen close to 600k health on Nex, then you always make sure to try to get the crystal off of them and not phase Nex, because they might get stuck. Oh my god, eat up, bro. Oh my god, he's dead.
Oh, he died.
Yeah, you gotta try to not stay by him. Alright, if you get ice in this phase, freedom. If there's shadow underneath you, stay moving, because the virus will kill you. And if you get that bar that I bet IPKU has over his head right now, then you have to run to the center and you'll get a massive bomb. And it'll insta-kill you if you're not in the center when the first one runs out. Then you'll get a second one, as you can see over his head right now. When that one runs out, it'll place a bomb that hits 3Ks rapidly if you're within the radius of it there. And that bomb will not go away the entire time. Make sure you have anti-poison, because the poison here hits really hard. And I think you should take a yak full of food. Here you can onslaught with soul split if Nex is far as hell away. If it's close, then you're gonna have to pray magic.
Who died?
4, 5, 6. 6 or 7 hits onslaught, depending on how many you can get in at the time. I was only able to get 6. Gotta freedom the ice. Once the ice pillar's gone, you won't get any more ices. And also, the reason we killed Shadow first is because those shadows that land under you hit like 4k if you let them hit you. And they spawn under all kinds of people, and they are shared. So, you really want to get those shadows out of there. The second thing is you want to get that ice out of there. And that's why we do the minions and the pillars then in this order, to get rid of these mechanics as quickly as possible on this phase. Don't be shy using your thresholds on these pillars. You want to get them done fast. They have 200k life each, so it takes a minute. Oh yeah, there you see the insta-kill attack on me, so you'll take it to the center.
So then what are we going to do next phase?
And then once it goes off, bang, you don't get insta-killed. You get the second bar. You take the bar over to the wall.
I just lost a huge amount of prayer. I don't know why.
Way to the wall, so it won't be bothering anybody for the rest of the kill. That one's going to hit me. That's stupid. That was poor by me. Anyway, make sure to re-overload. Your overloads get drained a bit here, so make sure you keep your overloads active. And then you get to the center, and then from there it's pretty much done. It just does mage hits. Even the tank's on easy street now. It's just doing mage hits, so keep your health up. Don't let it kill you. It still hits hard, so don't let it kill you. A Dren pot. Get your thresholds out and your ult. And if you have time, get off an onslaught at the end too. And it'll still keep doing this bomb attack, so never get too comfortable.
You want the maddest vapes.
Like this one's so well that I probably could have taken a 9 health.
Yeah, well, you probably didn't have Minion on you. Your Minion is going to suck now, because they can freeze you for more time.
Yeah, the thing is about bringing a Nihil is it sounds all well and good, and you can do it when you're lucky. They can't hear me right now, which is kind of funny. But they do, they all know what I'm talking about. You could bring a Nihil here, but if you get bullied with the mechanics, then you will die. You get 3-4 ices, that'll take all of your food, and there's nothing you can do about it. And that can happen, so you got to be careful. Anyhow, that's about how you do it. It's a really good boss to do because the big drops are worth a lot. Currently, I believe codexes are around 600 million. I mean, we got one last night, and that's what it sold for. So codexes are about 600M, and the wand, I believe, is still around 1.8 billion. So it's a good boss to do if you want to try and get some big drops, which I like. So yeah, I hope this helps anybody who is interested in trying it out. And it's a really fun boss, so I would highly encourage everybody to try it. And hope you enjoy the video. Hope you get good kills, and I hope you have fun at the boss. Thanks a lot, guys. Enjoy.